Hi everyone, my name is Katy and thank you for joining me for another video. Today we will be setting up my spreads for the Spring Equinox of the Magical Readathon for April 2024. If you have no idea what I'm talking about, or if you're looking for inspiration for your Magical Readathon, no worries, keep on watching, I'll explain it all. Let's get started. It has been blizzarding here and I'm recovering from a cold, so I apologize if I sound a little stuffy. I am definitely ready for spring, and one of the things I'm most looking forward to this spring is the first semester or Spring Equinox of the Magical Readathon at Aurelium. The Magical Readathon is a book reading challenge created by G over on Book Roast. I will leave her video with all of the details linked down below, but I will try to explain a little bit about the challenge and what you need to do for it. Overall, it is a fun way to just read more books and challenge yourself to read more, maybe read more from your physical TBR, whatever you're interested in. And it starts with creating a character, D&D style, and she has a whole Google Drive with information on how to get started and the history of the world and everything. But this world named Eldia is your kind of typical medieval fantasy magical world with different regions and magic and species, and you need to create a character who is looking to go to the magical academy called Aurelium. And we go to school at the academy in April for the spring equinox and August for the fall or autumn equinox. This will be my second year doing the challenge, and I'm super excited for it. I created a whole new character this year. Her name is Una, which is an Irish name meaning a lamb, and she's got sheep horns, and I created a little picture of her in Pick Crew. And I will have that linked down below as well. And her calling that I've chosen, because you need to select what your character is going to study from a whole long list of options. And I selected the Beastmaster calling. And once you select that calling, you will then have some guidance from your syllabus to choose different book prompts and then choose which books you're going to read that month. If you've never done a readathon, this one is super fun. It is really the only readathon I actually do, and I really had a lot of fun with it last year, and there's a whole community if you are interested in that aspect of it as well. But let's get into the journaling a little bit here. I am using ephemera and washies and stickers from Maragona Suli Art. I went with the pink and black magical creature girl vibe, and I really love it. I've created some peekaboo doors, Dutch doors, whatever you want to call them, using a scalloped scissor. And I've printed off some of the documents from the Magical Readathon Google Drive so that I can just have all of the information at my fingertips if I need it. I also used some stamps from Notebook Therapy on this page, and I just really love the whole pink and black magical vibe of this whole spread. And I am just writing in Magical Readathon here at the top and adding in some stickers. Okay, so moving on, here is where I'm going to put my syllabus for the Spring Equinox, as well as my extra credit side quest there at the bottom, and the book picks that I've chosen for my TBR. Based on that previous page that had my calling, it says for the Spring Equinox, I need to do elemental studies, animal studies, alchemy, restoration, and lore. So on the syllabus, you look for each of those courses that you need to take, and each of them has a correlating book prompt, and then based on that is how I chose my TBR. So for alchemy, we are studying transmutation circles, and the reading prompt is to read a book with a circle on the cover. And I selected A Fate Inked in Blood by Daniel L. Jensen. And I have the Fairy Loot version of this book, which has a big circle in the center, so I thought it was perfect. This is a Norse mythology, kind of Viking fantasy romance, I believe. I'm really excited for it. I've heard really good things. For animal studies, we are studying pebble ducks, and our reading prompt is a book with a yellow title. So I have selected The Hurricane Wars by Thea Gonzon, and I again have the beautiful Fairy Loot version, which has The Hurricane Wars in big yellow text. That is one of my favorite book editions that I own. It is absolutely gorgeous, so I am so excited to get to that one this month. I believe it is a Raylo fanfic that got reworked and published. That's all I really know, but I don't hate Raylo. I don't read Raylo, but I'm excited. We'll see how it goes. For elemental studies, we will be studying Calling Lightning, and our book prompt is a book with a source of light on the cover. I will be reading The Serpent and the Wings of Night for this one. I have the beautiful Owl Crate edition, which has a moon on the cover, and I know technically moons don't produce light, but I think it still works for the prompt. And I just really, really want to read this one, so bear with me. I'm reading it. Then we will skip lore for a second and go to restoration, which we are studying Regaining Consciousness. And the book prompt is a book you think could cure slumps. So this is a book that you anticipate being really good and something that you may recommend to people if they were in a book slump. Obviously, you haven't read it, so you don't know for sure. So I have chosen One Dark Window. I see great things about this book. My mom recommended this one to me, as well as some friends. So I thought this was a good pick. I've seen it everywhere, and I've seen really good things about it. So I'm pretty excited for it. And then moving on to my side quest certification, I am doing the Apothecary Keeper. This is completely optional, but it sounded fun to me. And the reading prompt for this one is to read 2 books with plants on the cover. And so I chose Belladonna, which of course has all of those beautiful flowers coming around and out of her face on the cover, and Powerless, which has a sword and a bunch of flowers surrounding the sword on the cover. And both of those, again, are just anticipated reads that I've been meaning to get to, and this seems like a perfect way and reason to knock them off of my TBR. What I've done on this page is, again, just print off and tape in the syllabus and then the side quest there on the page, and then drawn in some little bookshelves to hold the books themselves. And then I write in the name of the course that book is for. Once I actually read the book, I'm going to go in and add star ratings either above or below the books themselves. I haven't decided yet. And that is how I know that I have read that book for the Spring Equinox. All of these books I am anticipating being like at least 4 stars. So we'll see if that actually happens. I really love how this page specifically turned out in the journal. It's just very satisfying to me to see the books on these fake little shelves, and I don't know, I just have a lot of fun with creating these kinds of spreads. So you know how we skipped the lore prompt? Well, our lore class is being interrupted according to the syllabus. What does that mean? Well, there is a legend of Dia. It's just a one-pager little legend about this goddess Dia that G has created, and again, it's in the Google Drive and everything. And our reading prompt is to read that piece of paper. But there will also be an additional side quest that goes along with the Legend of Dia. And I am planning on doing that for my lore prompt, but I have no idea how many books it's going to include, what kinds of books it's going to include. So what I ended up doing is just printing off and taping in that Legend of Dia document on the left side and leaving the whole right side blank. Because I'm not sure how many books I'm going to need to read or what all I'm going to need to do for the side quest itself until we are in the month of April and everything's moving along, I thought it best to just leave the whole page blank and fill it out as the month goes on. Of course, once I have it all filled out, I will be posting it over on my Instagram, so be sure to follow that if you'd like to see. I'll also be updating my Instagram throughout the whole month on my progress through the Readathon and connecting to any of you who are also participating in the Magical Readathon for the Spring Equinox in April. Now, to finish out these spreads, I am flipping back to that front page and filling out my character information. I kind of had to think about it while I was filling out the other pages. And what I decided to do was make Una a member of the Order of the Crescent Guild. Her, again, calling is the Beastmaster. She is a novice because she is a brand new character. Her background is urban. She is from the region of Carador. She is an earthling, and her lunar phase at birth was in alignment. So I was just filling out her little character card to finish out the whole spread. All right, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me as I filled out my reading journal for the Magical Readathon Spring Equinox. Are you participating in the Readathon? If so, let me know down below in the comments. And if you like this one, also be sure to let me know down in the comments and leave a like on the video. If you'd like to see more from me, be sure to hit subscribe. I will continue to post my reading journal content. I've been having a blast with it, and I'm so glad that you all really enjoy these videos. I hope that you and yours are staying safe, happy, and healthy, and I will see you again next time. Thanks again. Bye-bye.